Are you sure you want to start a live event? Yes. Alright, it says we're live. So we're going to do a quick audio check, I guess, real quick.
Well, we keep opening ourselves up to getting punked when we do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
We've already test streamed. We've already done the thing. It's working. We know it's working.
We do.
We've got the dulcet tones of Pooch and Pyro coming your way. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to, what is this, episode number 3?
Episode number 3.
Hey, man, we're getting some steam here, huh?
We had a lot of tweets this week.
A lot of tweets.
Tags.
I'm glad it's starting to catch on.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you kick us off? We'll do some intros. We're going to do a refresher for any noobs out there what the ketchup's all about.
Yes, okay.
And then we're going to dive right in.
We're going to dive right into the ketchup.
Oh, like a big vat?
A big vat of ketchup.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, my name's Travis, Pyro Design. This is my channel. I do 3D printed logos, laser cutting, making in general, just cool artistic stuff. I do it for YouTubers and video games and all kinds of stuff. So if you haven't seen my channel, go subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff.
It's true. It's cool. I've seen it.
You have seen it.
Most of it.
You don't like it, though. You unsubscribe.
Some of it's good. I come and go, you know. You hit that 12, I back you off to $11,999.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just to taunt
that's you. I know.
Yeah,
it was you.
I know. My name's Pooch. My channel is Repcord. I own a little boutique 3D maker brand. You know, get into little. Rich. I dabble into little, you know, maker related gear here and there. And I am honored to be here with my good friend Travis / Pyro, and also the lovely DD Header over in the corner, who we've got a mic on today.
The queen of the 3D Pink Mafia.
And everybody hear Heather.
Everyone can hear me now.
Yes,
like,
we actually mic'd her up, so be careful.
Hear me before.
Yeah, we will see if we regret that or not later. So
we're gonna go into, if you guys are new to this stream, this is Community Ketchup. We're gonna go over everything that we have. You want to go ahead? I'm having a little trouble.
Yeah. No, so Travis and I identified that there was a real lack of attention to some of the community-centric projects that we see all over the social media, and there is so much of it that even when you're trying to pay attention to it all,
you can't.
You can't possibly. Yeah. It's so easy to miss it. So we decided we wanted to do a stream. We've seen other streams where they're talking about, you know, what's cool in 3D printed news and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I like that stuff as well. But we really wanted our focus to be on community.
Yes.
And so the Community Ketchup was born.
And it was kind of a selfish thing because, like you said, we can't keep up, and I never can keep up. So, like, even these tags and all these things that people have seen over the last 2 weeks, I had seen, like, maybe a few of them. So, and now I get to see all of them, so I'm freaking excited.
I agree. It's like any good idea, right? You know, it's born of necessity.
Exactly.
And so, you know, I'm glad it's happened. It's been a lot of fun, and it you know, it makes you try to, you know, want to elevate your game as a maker too, and inspire, you know, shows you inspiring stuff. You know, it's one thing to see what, you know, big dollar corporate entities have the ability to do. You know, that's cool. But some of the stuff that's coming out of the maker community, you know, really deserves to get a little bit more attention. And unfortunately, you know, we don't want to wait until Maker Faire, you know, comes around every year and stuff. And some people don't have the means to get to a Maker Faire and stuff. So,
and if we can put a little bit of spotlight on some smaller channels that like nobody sees like ever, it's just a cool thing to do. And I love that aspect of making in general. It's just seeing other people's stuff and sharing everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'd say before we dive in tonight, we want to thank our sponsor. That's Alien 3D. Josh was nice enough to sponsor us for tonight's stream, and he's actually kicking off June with his new UFO boxes, which are going to be available in the drawing tonight for all those that have used the Community Ketchup tag throughout the last 2 weeks.
We'll be doing that at the end of the stream.
That's right. So we'll hit that at the end of the stream, and our format is basically what we've been doing, and we're going to dive right into basically all the things that you, the public, have submitted to us. So with that said, why don't you go ahead and kick us off?
All right, let me get this over here, back over. It was over here. It was already. Now it's not.
There's a lot of, you have to understand, people, There are a lot of screens here. I got a screen here,
There are
there's a screen here, there's a screen here, there's a screen here, there's a screen up
I've got
here.
2 over here.
Screen over there, screen over there.
And then I'm trying to run all these 4 screens from my laptop over here.
Yeah. This is a technical wonder happening here
Okay,
right now.
let's just we can just talk about the follow-ups though. You don't have to necessarily show them.
Yeah, okay. So one of the things we want to start with this week is we hit on a lot of really cool stuff last week, and it wasn't last week, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
The last time we streamed. And we wanted to do a quick follow-up on some of the things that we talked about last time. So first off, Purple Oranji, for those of you who were with us last time, she did these really cool
Harry Potter
Potter
like,
goggles. What are they called?
Crazy LED things.
Yeah, they've got LEDs and stuff. We're not going to show the video again right now, but there's a screenshot up.
Luna
Yeah.
Lovegood.
Well, in the video, she didn't actually show them on, so we kind of reached out to her, yeah.
And I said, wow, I want to see them on. She's like, well, I'll put them on, but I can't actually see anything. But you know what? They look really nice on you, so thank you for sharing
great.
the picture. Yes.
Exactly. Keep making.
Alright, so moving on, let's go to... Oops.
We got Cyber Dustin, who is giving us an update on his CR10 clone.
The XXL clone.
It's giant.
With the giant
Who said he wants to take a nap on the bed?
This guy.
Toasty.
Whoa.
Oh, there's audio.
Framework is about complete.
Wow, he's got a voice for radio.
He does.
Are they able to hear this? Can you guys hear?
Yeah, let us know.
Can you guys hear Cyber Dustin's amazing voice there?
Oh, until you turn it
That
off.
was me.
Getting hot and made, and then find somewhere I can get the build plate.
That thing is just huge, man.
That's a lot of extrusion right there. A lot of aluminium.
What is he going to make that build plate? It's just going to be like this. It's going to be insane.
I think it's going to be a large baking sheet. So more like a pet crate liner. No, it's got to be. It's going to have to be a big flat thing. That's certainly going to be probably one of the more complicated parts of that build, I'd imagine, Dustin, huh? But awesome work. It looks like it's coming along. Keep sending those progress reports, huh, bud? Let's talk about you do it, John. He shared us.
Can we shout out real quick? He's the community Ketchup # user of the
Yes.
Oh yes.
The 2 weeks.
John gets the award
Buddy.
for the # user of the week. I think he submitted. What did he submit? Like eight
He was
stories.
Tagging up a storm.
He
man.
was a
Like every
storm
time,
monster, man. Congrats, John. You win absolutely nothing, but we appreciate your commitment to the cause. There were so many good things that you sent our way, and we're going to talk about a lot of them tonight.
Those, yeah.
But this is a follow-up on something he actually submitted 2 weeks ago. Mark Peters' single extrusion prints, and we kind of started to dabble in this, but if you hadn't seen this last week, this is really cool. Heather or Trav, you want to talk about how this is actually done? This is a new one. I hadn't seen this image. Or was this?
Tell me, does he do it within? It's all just like programming, and it's one.
See, I watched the video and I still don't get it.
It's crazy.
Wizardry.
It's a single extruder, and it's multicolors. And he had one, and then he had the one that I saw. It wasn't this one. He had one that was like calla lily flowers, or it was some kind of flowers. It was just insane to me, and he just continues to make these amazing things, and it's all within the programming. It's not just the slicing or anything like that. He does the actual coating to make the nozzle go in certain ways, and it's only a layer or two.
So what we do know, well, when you say it's a single extrusion, I was under the impression it was actually a single layer, but there were some that were actually backed on like one layer. But these are very thin, very thin, and it reminds me of like a kaleidoscope or say like a Pink Floyd poster from the 80s. Yes. But just really awesome, trippy stuff, like fractal design. I'm sure there's all kinds of mathematics happening in science. Insane. But anyway, really cool follow-up. This was a new print from him. And like I said last time, I think it reminds me of those Magic Eye things at the mall that I could never see. So they really trip on the eyes.
You need to get your eyes adjusted to do that.
I thought I did. I thought I did. Project update from Fernando. And look,
he's got it all built now?
He's got it all built and he's got it all tagged. So this was the mech. What was he calling this thing?
It's just his robot, I thought.
But he's got a name. He's got a name for it. He's got a little driver on there.
Ooh, it's out of control.
I want to see this thing walk. Look, there's a big one and a big and a mini and a maxi.
Yes. Massive.
So the full build's 250% of the original. It looks like he's rocking that on a CR10.
Yeah, he was doing it on a CR10. That's what I remember.
He did it in pieces, right?
Yeah, in pieces.
Yeah.
Look at this. Did you see? Look, go scroll down. He's got a fail of the week. There was a little filament mishap, and I think we've all been there. Scroll down,
it's a toe walker. Oh, we're getting called out.
Scroll down.
It's a toe walker.
The toe walker?
It's a toe walker.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the tow truck of the future.
The tow truck of the future. Yes, I would be.
Is that how long?
It'd be amazing if that thing just rolled up on you on the highway. It was down a ways, but
down a ways.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It looks like he, had some filament mishap there, and we've all been there. Anyway, I just
failed hard, but it's awesome. So we don't want to concentrate on his.
No, certainly not. And I like the color choices and all that. Really cool, Fernando.
Yes,
Thank you for the update on the toe walker.
Oh, and our last follow-up, it's my favorite.
Tell us.
I mean, the last stream that we did, Simone was actually going into surgery like while we were streaming.
Yeah.
So she's doing amazing now, and.
Yes.
Yep, she posted today that her tumor is non-cancerous.
That was not today, but yes,
I'm sorry.
She did post that.
Well, recently.
Pooch time.
In Pooch time. Yeah.
Pooch time.
I saw it today, so really
I'm
the
happy.
news is only today.
Yes. Anyway,
To
she's
me.
doing great, and her tumor is non-cancerous, and she is
Loving
ready
life
to do.
because she's alive.
Right?
Yeah.
Nothing to make you feel alive like not having a cancerous tumor. Congrats on that, though, Simone. We're happy for you. That said, time to dive into the gravy of this week.
Amazing stuff that we saw.
The meat and potatoes. So, Heather.
Yes.
Talk to us about Filament Frenzy's gnomes.
So I don't know that this started specifically with Tom from Filament Frenzy, but there has been an outburst of gnome modifications. So I've seen a country gnome.
There's a community-driven gnome craze.
Gnome craze. Yeah,
This one's
they're
a
creating
mermaid.
new gnomes.
Who
There's
knows?
mermaid
Who in the
gnomes.
chat knows? Oh, Chelsea's here. We can really get started now.
Woo!
Who in the chat knows the origins of the gnome craze and is willing to share? Are the Proto-Gnomes not like the original brainchild of Proto-Pasta?
It
And then
is.
these are
Yeah.
variants on
So
this?
it's
These
their
are
little
variants,
print, test print guy that
I
they
like
created.
this one, the pirate.
And is this...
Yes,
is
there's a pirate, there's a mermaid, there's a country one, there's tons of different ones. Oh, and then one was like a Weeble Wobble one.
I saw the Weeble Wobble.
Yeah,
I liked it.
so
Oh my gosh.
cool.
I like interactive.
Here, he printed like a bunch of them.
BB3D says they all share a common genome.
Good pun, BB. BV3D. That's almost as hard to say as F3PDCH.
Yeah.
BV3D.
Well, it's funny to me because the Proto-Pasta gnome, I don't feel like was one of the popular like prints that like people would just print all the time. Like there was the. No, I'm talking about the Benchy.
No, I'm laughing about the chat. They're saying,
okay.
I don't know
Laughing
the
at me.
nomenclature.
Oh my god. No, like everybody prints a Benchy, everybody prints a freaking all those other freaking prints, but I didn't see the Proto-Pasta gnome that much.
This is the year of the gnome, man.
Yeah, now everybody's messing with it and making it all awesome. So
Yeah.
That's so great. Oh, yeah, they
Wandering
did.
gnomes, the nomadic gnomes.
Oh, jeez. It's so crazy. So it started because I made a pirate gnome.
Who started
who
it?
did it? Yeah.
Who's taking credit for the gnome craze?
alkeshOne.
Is Alkesh?
Is he in
Yeah,
the chat?
In
Yeah,
the
he
chat.
is.
So,
Okay.
so I started because I made a pirate gnome based on the Proto-Gnome. And
I
then
like
there's the country gnome, and gnome on a tire.
So who's
We
actually
need a
modeling all these?
Nomar Garcia Parra.
Who's actually modeling all these? Is it everyone?
It's everyone.
Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So Proto-Pasta put out the file on Thingiverse so you can edit it.
Okay, so what does the Thingiverse model entail, though? It's like just the
It's
head?
just the gnome. No, it's the whole gnome.
See, you haven't
the
even
whole
seen
gnome.
it. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
It
that's why I
wasn't
have
that good.
this. I don't even go. I can't see possibly everything
Yeah,
here.
but the Proto-Pasta gnome's been around forever.
No, I've seen
that's
that.
What I'm saying, yeah.
I've seen that. I
Okay.
thought she was saying like there was like a gnome kit. Like a kit for pimping your gnome.
No, it's just the model.
Pimp my gnome.
And then you can edit it. You can put it in Tinkercad or whatever.
In
I never
Tinkercad.
did.
Is Tinkercad the best
Or
place to
edit it.
model a gnome? I would.
Not
That's
really.
that's
Probably
that's where
not,
I would
but-
do it.
Yeah, they're all cool.
So there's awesome. So go make your own gnome. I was trying.
Matt Weber says it's his fault. It's all his fault. I think we got a couple people taking credit for the gnome.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? This is the beauty of the whole community Ketchup. This is a real, true community-driven thing.
Hold on, I like Mitch's. There's gnome place like gnome.
And the puns are flying fast and furious tonight.
Oh,
fast and furious. So submit your gnome for the gnome craze that apparently has no meaning or benefit. Like, this isn't a competition. There's
no meaning.
There's no meaning, no reason for all this nonsense. No, I think it's fantastic. So I look forward to seeing some more gnomes out there.
I hope we have a follow-up of more gnomes next episode.
Yeah, that'll be what we open up with. If you guys make some more gnomes.
Yeah, send us your gnomes.
BBD says it's a recent phenomenon.
That's a stretch. But I'm going to allow it.
I like that one.
Okay.
All right.
They're from Alaska. That's a good geographic pun right there.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on from the gnomes. NLTMW, that would be Mr. Mike of Never Let the Machines Win, sent us...
How does Community Ketchup think of this?
He had an inquiry? Was this an inquiry of our thoughts? Are we gonna talk about this?
I can break this down a little bit.
What is it? It looks like a little remote of some kind.
It looks like a really small generic remote with 3 buttons.
Yeah, it's like
I saw that. I'm like, what is this?
It's like a simpler NES controller. 3 buttons.
And it says OK in the middle, so everything's okay, I guess.
So that's the OK button.
It's all right.
So what is this thing called?
It's the Resumer 3D.
The Resumer.
Apparently, it resumes failed, interrupted 3D prints automatically. And you watched the video for this earlier.
I did watch the video because I wanted to get into the science of how this thing works. So I haven't gotten my hands on one yet, although they claim we may have one in.
Yeah, they
hand.
contacted me. They're going to send one out to me, and I will try it out.
Yeah, we'll check it out. So anybody that's been 3D printing has had a fail.
Yeah,
has had multiple fails, almost certainly. If you've only had one fail or no fails, you haven't been printing long enough. Yeah, so the idea of the Resumer is that basically it is going to catch where a failed print...
From any printed layer automatically.
Any printed layer, yeah.
It's reliable, portable, and easy to use, apparently.
So the catch that I noticed from the video... Can you play the video?
Let's
go click the link and then go... Because the Kickstarter page... So they're about halfway through their Kickstarter goal.
We still never found out if everybody can hear audio on this video.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear the desktop audio?
From any
Tell us.
layer automatically. Resume interrupted prints directly. Power outrage is common.
Is that going to be echoey? That's a little loud.
With Resumer 3D, it's not a problem. Resumer 3D will help to resume failed 3D printings automatically, simply by pressing OK.
Push the OK button. It was the OK button. It was the OK button.
With Resume 3D.
Whoa.
Have you ever felt this point when you want to print a colorful object? However, what you have
yes, audio works. Okay.
So go
ahead and pause it. We don't need to watch this whole thing.
Yeah, that's a little
so what? If you're not able to see because the video is a little too small, you can check out their Kickstarter page. It's called the Resumer 3D.
All links will be in the description.
Yes.
But I think the catch, as I see it, is the Resumer is running in line with a tethered connection. So you have to be USB connected. Yeah. And my theory is that basically it's just buffering the G code on the fly as it's going, and then if it stops getting input probably before a termination signal, then it says something's wrong. I would assume there's some kind of memory obviously to it for power failures and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I run all my prints through SD cards, so
right. And so in this case, it sounds like that wouldn't be the case. I didn't notice if it could theoretically work with an SD card. I imagine if there was a card reader in the Resumer itself.
Yeah.
In which case it would be basically acting as like an external SD card reader. But it's an interesting idea. I'm not sure. It depends on what the price point I think of this thing would be. What is it saying? So if you pledge, certainly not $1,500.
$21.
No. The consensus from the chat is kind of it's not that expensive. It's cheap enough to try.
Yeah.
Thing for most people.
So it might give you a good entry
because the
into
entry pledge is $21 and you get it resumed
it's not
for
very
3D, so it's not very expensive.
Yeah, so in that case it might be worth it because you don't have to pony up the dough for maybe a more expensive printer that's got a built-in resume option. I'm guessing, entry for that, like a CR10, S4 has, I believe, has built-in resume, and that's probably one of the lesser expensive. There's probably even cheaper options.
Yeah, there's a few. They're adding it more and more these days.
It's becoming more of a common feature, but not to digress too much, but one of my favorite things about just the original CR10 is that it doesn't have all that extra stuff that is potentially could go wrong. So maybe for somebody that was a purist like that, like myself, maybe that could be a good add-on to it. That's what they're showing it with here.
All right, so moving up,
Dizingof. So he shared. Now this is the electro forming. If you guys haven't seen Dizingof's,
it's ridiculously cool.
I have a place near and dear to my heart on any kind of metal fills.
Yeah.
But metal fills is just going crazy now. I mean, it used to be like, you'd get these little, 10 to 15%, where it's just like a little shimmer, but it's getting pretty substantial now.
Visual foundries that are
virtual
foundry. Yeah, and I actually got a sample of that, and I tried it, and I had a lot of issues with it.
It's because it's so heavy,
it's really
so rich
hard to
with
work
metal.
With. Yeah, it's really brittle, and it's it kind of jammed up my nozzle and did a lot of stuff. So you have to print with a large nozzle and all this stuff. So, anyways, getting off topic, Dizingof is doing this a completely different way.
Yep.
He's I don't even know exactly. He's electroplating. Is he sticking the 3D print right in the how is he doing it?
I am not
I don't know
a master at electroplating, so I don't know that I want to comment on this. I did not do my homework.
I did not. Yeah,
ahead of time, but I mean I know it's a common process for
but he's
adding finish to stuff.
Doing it at home.
Yeah.
It's not
it's definitely a good mention. He did this on a Joel bot too, way back. I remember seeing it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think he sent that one to Joel. And it's just like an awesome thing. I don't know, it just looks cool.
I mean, and then I like that he's talking about how it's a cost-effective means. So it's he's testing his 3rd generation home electroforming metallizer prototype. So I would like to file this in I want to see more for future follow-up on what this prototype is, how it works, what the wizardry behind it is, and how cost-effective it is cost-effective.
Yeah, maybe we can even get him on the chat.
JT's saying he uses a bucket. That's not helpful.
He uses
a bucket?
Oh, I saw some.
He just sticks his 3D print in a bucket and he
pulls
pulls
it
out.
Metal.
Bingo,
T1000 liquid metal.
He sticks his arm right in the metal.
That's easy.
It comes out, his arm is completely coated, and then it's like a bio arm.
I know. What was it? Who was it that was complaining about getting a little bit of that resin on her hands? I imagine.
That was Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha was complaining she got a little resin on her hands and it was starting to burn her hand. I imagine liquid metal would cause somebody to complain as well.
Bad news.
Yeah, bad news. So,
All right, so we'll follow up on that.
Gloves?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how not to electroplate.
Let's not talk about that.
All right. Very, very cool though. Dizingof, very cool.
So we had a bunch of people tag Garrett from Chaos Core Tech, his new Captain America Infinity War shield.
Pull it up. You can dig.
This thing is pretty badass. Garrett actually issued a community challenge for this, right? Because he couldn't get the electronics working on it, so he wanted everybody else to try to do it.
See, I like this. I like where his head's at because he knows his strength. I'm very much this way. It's like I could spend forever trying to figure out how, and it is a good opportunity to really make that thing, shine. But he threw down the gauntlet or the shield, I guess.
Did you even see Infinity War yet?
No. Did you even see Solo yet?
Oh! Came out before Solo.
Yeah, but Solo.
Get your ass on that.
All right. Anyway.
And I have to shout out to the pictures on here because they're really up in their game in their photo department.
Look at that! I believe he almost looks just like Captain America.
Going out of control.
Yeah. So awesome design, Garrett, as always. I really want to see this thing come to life. So who's gonna accept the challenge and collaborate with our friend Garrett here and make this thing?
If you see from the movie, this thing actually like gets all crazy and opens up. Yeah,
like Transformer style.
Yeah, like it pops out, and then the top of it pops out, and then the sides expand.
Lights up too, right?
Oh, and it lights up.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
That's
Very
crazy.
cool.
And he did model it so it's hollow inside for the electronics. That was the initial.
So this is potentially like a mechatronic thing where it's like gonna move and light up and stuff.
Yes.
Maybe baby steps. You know, let's start with the lights and see what can happen.
Let's do the lights. We can do that.
Yeah. No, but awesome job on that, Garrett. As always, model master.
Chelsea says, "Yep, that was me with the photos."
Yeah, it's really up to game. I love the outdoor stuff. It's really, really good.
It looks freaking good.
Where is that, Chelsea? Where did you guys go? Where is that shoot on location?
I think if I remember correctly, that's literally the place she said where Garrett proposed to her.
Oh,
nice.
It reminds me of the gnome forest from Frozen. Did all the little rock gnomes come?
Correction.
Was it a gnomes? No, I don't know, but I think those were trolls.
No more gnomes. No more gnomes.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were going back to gnomes.
But we have a correction from the designer. There is no lights.
There's no lights.
Movement.
Okay.
That's
just
sad.
Movement, and that
just
makes,
movement.
That makes me feel like an idiot because I haven't seen Infinity War twice.
And he still has no idea what's that. Oh my god.
Travis eating some crow.
Oh jeez.
All right, moving on.
Welbot sharing alkeshOne's tweet on getting 3D prints into middle schools. I like this tweet. I think it was he was mentioning he teaches 6th grade math, so 11 to 13-year-olds.
This is one I did not look at yet.
Basically it prompted some discussion around what the appropriate age for getting kids into modeling, 3D printing and stuff. He says he's read so many times that like high schoolers seems like obviously like logical or just something that people would say, but honestly I've seen it in as well. I've been in a 5th grade class
even
that was
at
implementing
school,
it, and even younger. So there's no reason that it can't be introduced younger, and that's something like Tinkercad is a perfect starting point.
It looks like they're even using Tinkercad here in the high school.
Like they're using Tinkercad on Chromebooks.
Sixth grade right here.
So I thought this was super relevant too, because what are they designing? Derby cars.
That's right.
So they're designing derby cars, and then they're using, they're testing out the derby cars and doing the timing to change their designs to figure out where they need to have them weighted differently and everything like that. So I thought it was super cool. They're getting younger kids involved. And like we talked about, they have a 3D printer in Ari's makerspace at school. And they're still really trying to get, what can they get these kids to do. So I think it's cool to see younger and younger kids getting acquainted with those. So then when they get to high school, it's like old hat already. They already know about it. So. And
we're going to talk about derby cars in just a little bit when we get into the ERF segment. But I think you're absolutely right. It's absolutely relevant because anybody that's been following what's going on in ERF knows that there's going to be a 3D printed derby, and it's a fantastic use case for actually iterating on a design, as Heather said, and testing something out and saying like, how can I improve it, make it go faster, And
that's like the base of making is just especially if you just want to prototype something, get it out there, you just want to start out with something simple and then just move on, make one, move on,
Yeah, so my question for you, Alkesh.
Schools on the pronunciation of this. I feel terrible.
We need a phonetic translation.
Alkesh of your handle.
The thing I'd like to know is the printer itself, or the printers themselves, would be the precious resource in this case. So obviously you can have a lot of kids modeling at once because there's so many one-to-one Chromebook initiatives going on, but there certainly aren't one-to-one 3D printer.
Like one 3D printer in a class.
Yeah, and so does that mean you're having to take on doing a lot of these prints on your own time? I've seen that. I've seen that a lot as a model from educators, and I've seen some other people tap the community to have help with actually printing stuff, because when you've got 30 kids that all want to have their model printed, you know, everybody wants to get a print in, and so
yeah, for sure.
And then, and not only printer time, but then spending the time to actually vet, like, if they made the model printable or not. So there's kind of a proofing process. That can
be a whole other thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you handled that piece, Alkesh.
All right.
And he said you are pronouncing it right, alkeshOne. It's a ship from Stargate. Welbot saying
not up on my Stargate.
A great practical visualization tool for math, let alone any other cool stuff they can do. And we got our first super chat.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hold the presses. Hold the presses.
Hold the presses. How I do it says, Pooch, print your parts non-mirrored. Everyone else refresh the voucher to get super chat to support the awesome Ketchup stream. And also I want Ketchup swag.
Ketchup swag. Everybody wants the Ketchup swag, man.
I know.
We're gonna have to start. We're gonna have to start pushing out.
Did you tag any community Ketchup this week, Matt?
He did not.
Well, how are you gonna get the Ketchup swag?
Swag,
we got these little ketchup bottles over here that we're gonna send out to our winners of the contest, and you can't get those unless you use the tag.
You gotta tag the play, son.
But thank you for the super chat. We're not complaining.
We appreciate that. We appreciate every bit of sponsorship that we get.
Oh,
thank you for your generous contributions. It's viewers like you that keep the stream alive.
Oh, jeez.
And John's making it confusing, saying John from how.
We're not doing that again.
We're not doing that again. No.
All right, let's talk about gnomes.
Let's not talk about any of that. Let's talk about our next topic.
We're moving on.
We are moving on to Cyber Dustin sharing Wild Rose Builds Octolapse. Crazy Joel bought time lapse.
This was awesome.
So this was a little buzz on Twitter this week about the amazing time lapse where the print head doesn't move. Everyone was in awe of this. The Joel brought just growing up. So we thought we had to mention it.
And I had seen this before in the past, but I had no idea how it was done. I didn't know that it was an Octoprint thing.
Yeah, Octolapse is like one of my favorite plugins. And if you look at it, and it's like, why haven't I been using
time
lapse has always been this way? And it's really so the
because I do a lot of time lapses. I should be doing this.
But you're doing them like manually with your own heroes and stuff, right? Yes. Your GoPros. So Octoprint has a stock like time lapse feature.
Whoa!
Ooh, it's got music.
Strong music.
So fancy.
Wow.
John says that Wild Rose Bills is the master of Octolapse.
We got a full screen.
Look at that. That's a solid Joelbot crotch bridging. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was a nice one. This is a nice Joelbot print.
It's a fine Joelbot.
I haven't seen one of these in a while too, so it was really cool.
It's good to see the Joelbot come back, man. That's one of your older designs. Well, it's not that old. Maybe
about a year.
Has it been a year?
Yeah.
Because it was the you showed that off at the Matter Hackers meetup last fall, summer.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Anyway, very cool. Octolapse, we've got a link in the description. If you use Octoprint or are thinking about getting into Octoprint, hey, that's a cool way to go.
I'm thinking about getting an Octoprint.
I'm telling you, man, it's got a lot. I'm surprised that you haven't, given how much printing you do.
I just don't have time to think
But that's the thing, is it's going to save you time.
I know. The initial setup, I just have to
save time.
I know.
Invest in time.
I do.
Oh, and sorry, follow up because we're moving so fast. alkeshOne says that they built the printer that was used there, but they have 2 CR10s, 1 CR10S4, 2 Mod Ts, and then the tech teacher has 1 CR10, 1 CR10S4, and 2 Mod Ts. So they have quite a few printers to uphold the bill or the printing requirements of their class.
That is a strong to very strong amount of printers for a 6th grade class. That's impressive.
Amazing.
So it sounds to me, alkeshOne, like you have some pretty strong backing from makers like yourself in your school, which I think is just the most critical part of any education implementation in 3D printing. So that's really the key. I think you can introduce this at any age if you've got the teacher support and the the curriculum behind it. So I'm guessing that he's probably making his own curriculum even too. It's too bad we don't have Josh in the chat, talking about, because he's always got some good insight on education and 3D printing.
Design, make, teach.
Design, make, teach. Okay.
Design, make, teach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, thank you for the update.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
So Artobot said, and I know I don't want to go back to gnomes, but he was saying that it started with Tinkers posting a gnome he used with the transition spool.
And everyone just kind of blew up.
I mean, that makes sense, given he works for Proto-Pasta and that he's the gnome master.
Okay, so our next topic, though, is we have to let Pooch talk about, because he's just such a fanboy.
What am I talking about?
Talking about Shori.
Oh my god, I'm the biggest Shori fanboy.
And Shori was supposed to be on tonight. We actually were going to have him.
He was going to be the first guest.
He was going to be on our screen
bigger
right
than
here.
life.
But he's sick this week, and he might.
So get better soon, buddy.
Yes.
We can't wait to talk to you.
Yeah, we're going to get him on as soon as we can. But this is awesome. So go ahead and.
Yeah. So these are the gauntlets. At least this is the model. And what is he called? They're called the spine bracers that you tried on at Maker Faire Bay Area.
Yeah, and I almost stabbed your face off.
You almost stabbed my face off. It looked like you could climb backwards up an ice mountain
that would be kind
with
of
it.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, with your weak forearms, I don't know if you.
The
man goes after his forearm strength.
Wow.
Anyway, you tried this on, but this is like this is like taking it to an 11. So Shori always does 10s across the board. If you haven't seen Shori stuff, we've talked about it before. He makes the coolest models that are integrated into some kind of flexible substrate, fabrics, metal, mesh, screen fabric, stuff like that.
And he shares them all on his Patreon.
Yes, he's got a good Patreon following, and there's a lot of value if you're into cosplay and want to see this stuff. I imagine this would be a very, very beneficial Patreon contribution. But these are the light up ones done by Firebird Leather, and this looks like it took some time. So it looks like they took one of those LED kits that you can find all over Amazon. And I don't know, you can't really tell. I don't know if you can tell or not, but when I was looking at it closely, there's literally an individual LED in each of the spines.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
In each little print,
you can see them. You can see the light.
I would like to hear more. I'm requesting a follow-up if we can get Firebird Leather to hit us up on the mechanism by which, and maybe there's a detail of this somewhere we're not aware of how LED-ifying it was, or maybe they're keeping it close to the vest and aren't interested in sharing. But I gotta imagine.
I imagine
drill
you can just
and
poke through the mesh or whatever. Yeah, drilling through the.
And then what do you do with the leftover LEDs unless they happen to have just the right amount to?
It looks like she's got a run up to an arm wrap thing.
Yeah. So the battery and stuff goes up around the arm. Very cool.
Well, and then side note or follow up, or in addition to tangent, someone just gave him another set of these as well that they made specifically for him. There was another tweet. I apologize, I didn't include it. I'll include it in the description. They're red. They don't light up, but they printed them specifically for David and gave them to him. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
What I'd like to know too is there's got to be a good amount of crafting going on in just developing the gauntlet piece.
Yeah, and that's what Matt Weber said. She's an amazing leather worker. So
and
she's a Twitch streamer. He said we talk daily about that.
Yeah, Matt actually does a lot.
Okay, cool, Matt.
He does a lot of leather stuff
tag
too.
Some of your leather work, community Ketchup, so we can talk about it.
Matt, why don't you get some of that leather work on here, man? We see it. It's maker everything. It's not just 3D printing related stuff. So I'd love to learn more about how that's done.
Yeah, I love his. I got his maker coin. I don't know.
No, it's not up there.
It's not up there. Where's that one?
It's over here on your desk.
Oh, you didn't hang it up? He actually put a piece of leather, pressed leather, right in the middle of it. So it was just awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like mixed mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very good. What's next?
What's next?
What do we got?
We've got a skewed view 3D.
There was more Shori stuff, wasn't there? Or did
No, that's later on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of the game.
You're getting ahead of the game.
Okay, go for it.
No one's talking about
dead air.
Dead air.
Calm down.
The father's son 3D printing startup company.
And you go, because this was something that really brought a tear to your eye.
He did.
Yeah, because this is friggin' epic.
Chills.
Friggin' epic.
I can't even go into it. I mean, I just looked at the shelf and I'm just like, holy crap! How many designs are they doing a week?
3 a week for the entire year, and they're on schedule. They've done stuff like the Jetsons car, the Flintstones car. They've done tons of video game and TV related props. It's just crazy.
I mean,
crazy.
I mean, you do a lot of things every week.
I do not do that.
But I mean, and just in general, like in life, we do a lot of things, and so anybody that's tried to do not mind like 3, just like a once a week, or even like a Jeff from Print 3D channel obviously did his 365, but he was pulling prints. He wasn't modeling.
No, he wasn't modeling.
Yeah.
And anybody that's spent any time modeling knows that depending on the complexity of the model, that can certainly take a long time.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there's 3 of them working together. It's a father and two sons. Father and two sons.
Yeah.
So awesome, just father-son activity stuff. Tons of really cool stuff on these racks here.
I'm saying I'm sorry if we don't live up to your hype, Pooch and Pyro. How do you know?
Who's hype?
You are beyond on the hype. Okay, crazy. This is insane.
No, man, this is really cool to see because it's a family affair. They're
crazy.
starting their own business, so they're doing 3. I don't know what the extent of it was, but it just said father-son 3D business. So I don't know if you guys are doing prototyping or consulting or modeling for other people, but I'd love to hear more.
Yes.
So please send us some more follow-ups on how your designs are going over the course of the year, because we're still only just past halfway. Not even. Are we? I don't know. Wait, it's June. It's halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chelsea's doing a throwback to
Throwback
Tuesday, the Printmas, where Garrett created a new model every day for the month of December.
Yeah,
and that was for a month.
That was for a month. It was insane. But it was every day.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to trivialize anybody's commitment to any of those things. If anybody has ever tried to do any, like I had a make every day thing way back when, and I got to day 70 and I petered out. But I was doing the same thing Jeff was, where I was like I was trying to find interesting stuff on Thingiverse.
Okay,
this is good. Anyway,
and when I saw this shelf, I had an idea. I think we should institute a challenge for the next community catch-up. I want to see shelves like this. I want to see people's awesome 3D prints, pictures.
Show?
Yeah, I can pick this up.
He's showing it right now.
Here.
Where's
you, Heather?
Where's the B cam?
This is Heather's awesome 3D printed shelf.
Oh, yes,
she
my
actually
shelf.
has one out in the hallway from when she did the Pick the Pink.
There's a lot of shelving
and
around
then here's my shelf up here. I have a lot of my favorite logos to life that I've done, and I just want to see more and more of these from everybody.
I like that. I think that's a good challenge. So, coming up for maybe the one in 2 weeks, why don't you guys tag Community Ketchup? Just take a shot of what your print shelves look like, or your print desk, or your print drawer, or your print gunny sack, wherever you keep your 3D prints that you've made over the year. Because it's funny because we all talk about like, oh man, we're generating a lot of plastic, but a lot of these things are like near and dear to us. Like I can't bring myself to get rid of like a lot of the models that I've made because they're just so cool.
Show it off and let us show it off.
And maybe we'll put together. We're gonna put together. What do you think?
We'll do like a montage of all.
Maybe like an opening roll or some kind of just showing off the latest. That's a good idea. I like that. We're innovating on the spot, on the fly innovation.
Yeah, I want to see that stuff. It's awesome.
Hey, look, Greg's in the chat.
What's up, Greg?
Nice.
Greg's here. I think he's here to make some new friends.
Oh, great. So nice.
This is a good place to make friends, right? It's a friendly group.
We're a friendly group.
Friendly group. We welcome you with open arms, Greg.
So Dragon Monk says, I don't have a shelf. I give my things to my kids, and they take them.
And that happens to me, too.
Take a picture of the toy box.
And then I end up inevitably stepping on them, walking down the hall in the middle of the night or something like that. But, that's okay. We'll take a picture of the toy box, or, wrangle them up, or, get a shot of them out in the wild when the kids are playing with them.
Travis is shelf-ish. There we go, back to puns.
The puns are just terrible today.
No puns tonight. All right, and our last main show topic.
Where are we?
Ready?
I've lost it.
We're at Chelsea sharing.
The full spectrum laser. Okay, so
pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew. The reason I wanted to talk about this was anybody that's been part of the Glowforge fiasco, and if you're not familiar with that, it's like basically Glowforge. When did they announce this?
It came out.
Years.
Amy DD got hers. Amy
She did.
Got hers.
Yes. But
But
eventually, and after much delay. But anyway, originally Glowforge, when they were doing their Kickstarter, was one of the ways they marketed it was as a 3D laser printer. And basically they were trying to illustrate this that you can 3D cut different layers and build it up. And I don't want to minimize this because I think it's cool. Like, it's another means of illustrating what additive manufacturing is and layer-based, modeling. But I think back in the day that was a little bit misleading because I got approached by a lot of people that were like, oh, you do 3D printing? You mean like the laser cutter thing that's on the desktop? I'm like, no, it's not exactly like that. And at first I was like, what are you even talking about? Because the laser cutter is a little bit of a different animal. But
it's definitely a different animal.
Kind of a neat visualization of how you could certainly use a laser to achieve a similar thing. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure they have some kind of program that actually allows you to convert a 3D model to that too.
Well, I mean, it seems to me like you would just need something that would output layer slices in vectors, I guess, or in some mode that is readable, or maybe Full Spectrum even has the software to just take an STL and do that.
Yeah.
Because that's really all a slicer's doing.
It seems like it would be a lot of building that I don't want to do.
A lot of gluing.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not as subject to overhang issues.
No,
I don't know.
No supports.
No support. Well, but I mean, you still can't just float stuff in space. But
you're cutting it all flat, so then you just stack it onto the next.
A lot of stacking.
A lot of stacking.
Nick says that that's what marketing told them to go with. That was the most comprehensive name that they could think of for what they were offering. Now let's discuss that we are not talking about the Glowforge. We're actually talking about Full Spectrum laser.
We are talking about Full Spectrum.
They have the Muse.
They have the Muse, yes.
Yeah, and look, these are awesome things to have, and you do a lot of laser cutting every day.
I'm sick of it.
Just
kidding.
It's so awesome. Don't say that.
Just kidding.
No, but it really opens up different avenues for making different stuff, and really giving a really professional finish to stuff that you otherwise wouldn't be able to fabricate very readily. So anyway, but yes, this is Full Spectrum's thing, and marketing. That's what marketers do. They're gonna try to come up with some paradigm that people can kind of relate to.
Yeah. What's funny is that the Glowforge was announced, and then it still hasn't really come out, and then the Muse came out, and now the Dremel laser cutter that's basically the same thing is coming out, and the Glowforge is like non-existent. So.
Yeah, it does say, I checked today actually, it does say shipping now on their website.
I think it's said that for
has
forever.
It? Okay.
Well,
so if you want a laser cutter for home hobby use, check out the Muse from Full Spectrum Laser. And ultimately the reason I really wanted to include this link in this topic in the Community Ketchup main show was I really want everyone to know that they can tag Community Ketchup with anything. It doesn't have to be 3D printing related. Yeah. I know we focus a lot on 3D printing, but we really
talk
want
about
this
making.
To be about making.
Yes.
Making.
Making anything.
Very excellent point, Heather. And let's not overlook all the puns that are happening around.
I know. It's
amusing.
It's so insane. You cannot even let's do it right now. It's too much for me.
I only see part of the chat. So.
The Muse, the kitty Muse.
So
I love it.
Too much right now. It's amusing.
The Muse has been out a while, right? And we've seen a couple people. I think Joel did a review on his. He has a Muse, right?
I don't know if they did a review. He's just
or
done
maybe
a couple
he just showed
projects
some
and
projects.
stuff,
He has one, and I'm sure there's other ones out there.
Your new functional maker.
Yes,
point.
we have a super chat asking your new functional maker point.
Thank you.
You have it, Pooch?
Awesome. I will check my email after I get off. But thank you, Jeff. Jeff and I have been working together on a couple of things for getting ready for Earth, and I am very lucky to have somebody with his design chops. So thanks for that, buddy, and thanks for the super chat.
Woo! Mello's in the chat. What's up?
Oh, dude, Mello's in the house. Yes,
Yes.
he did make it
Nice.
finally. Where you been, dude? He's been busy.
He's been busy.
Making silicone hands so that he can have like puppet hands and
He
smack
likes puppet
himself.
hands.
He likes puppet hands.
Craziness. I know.
Yeah. No, Melo's been doing some cool stuff, and now that he's like He's got some legit printing savvy. He's got his Ultimaker back running
Where's
again.
the community Ketchup tags for Carmelo? Come on.
So some of these guys, because Carmelo, he's one of the OG designers, man, doing a lot of Street Fighter work.
Crazy stuff.
Oh man, Akuma mode. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. Awesome.
So what are we going to talk about now? Travis is going to talk about his stuff of the week.
It's time for you to talk about what you've been up to, Trav.
What have I been up to? Well, I'm actually going to film a vlog about all the stuff that I've been up to because I can't make a regular video this week because I am going to Murph.
No, that's Earth.
Murph.
Don't confuse Murph with Earth.
Freaking too many.
One's in the Midwest, one's in the East Coast.
I am going to Earth.
Oh, geez.
And with this guy.
Heard it here first.
He's bringing me.
You can find Mr. Travis Womack, the Pyro Design,
at the Repcord booth.
Pyro Daddy, at the Repcord booth at Earth, showing off
something crazy.
Amazing things. That's all we're going to say for right now.
Yes.
Oh,
but, no, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have him coming along, and we're excited to see all the guys that are going to be there. So you can do a vlog.
I am going to do a vlog. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately, but I haven't had a chance to make a video or anything. So I just got a... why am I freaking... What is the printer I just got? My mind is just all messed up. I got a freaking Moai. I got a Moai.
How did you forget?
I know. How did I forget? I got a Moai. I'm doing a crazy shield over here.
Can you just hold that up? Because that thing is sweet.
Okay, hold me.
And you gotta think G Create.
G Create helped me make this crazy. Here, let me actually switch.
Give a shout out. Let's give a shout out to G Create. Well, I don't want to be responsible. This thing has got some heft, dude.
Yeah, let me switch the thing back to the bigger camera. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see the white on camera. Actually, it's like really. So they printed this in 2 pieces. When I did the original that melted, it was in 9 pieces. So
when Voltron formed, what was the thing to say when Voltron formed?
It's like that.
I just know Captain America with all
Boom.
powers combined.
Yeah.
By the power of Grayskull? I don't know. That's a different thing.
I'm going to be sanding that and finishing it and making it all awesome for
Here's
Dane.
what's awesome. I love the brim that it printed on right here.
Yeah. Awesome for Dane.
The
drops.
rafts.
2 years later after I melted his original.
Wow, look at this, Matt going back. Matt's just making it rain on us today. Matt's like super raining us. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
He's excited. $5 to go into Earth, buddy.
Yes, I'm going to Earth, not Murph. I already went there.
Yeah, been there, done that. Now we're on to the East Coast until the West Coast and the Northeastern Rap Festival, which we anxiously await being created. JT, thanks for stopping by. Awesome having you. Okay, so you're gonna vlog.
I'm good. I'm gonna vlog it. Watch my vlog. You'll see all this stuff.
You've done a few vlogs, right? But it's not a common format.
It's not a common, but I do it every once in a while when I have like a lot of stuff building up and I just want to like kind of barf it all out.
Wow, let's not
just
barf on stream. Is that a new thing?
Because people love it when you just barf on them.
Barf.
Advertiser friendly.
Barf vlog.
Askew View says they're doing a Voltron sword now.
Oh, nice.
I look forward to seeing that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everybody knows how much I love Voltron.
Oh, and I saw their what was it? They did another sword. I just saw.
I think that's on our mention.
Oh, that's on the mention.
I'll take S words for 500, Alex.
No, that's too much.
No?
There's too many things happening.
Okay.
No, you actually mentioned that on their thing. It was the sword from the game that we had no idea that Pooch
Oh, from God of War.
Was.
Yeah.
The God of War sword, is it on there? We'll show that later, maybe.
Yeah,
all right, so I'm going to talk about...
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Go talk about what you're doing.
Okay, so... following along in the Earth vein, one of the many things I've been busy for prepping. So Repcord's going to have a table for the first time at Anywhere.
Yes.
That's a big deal for me. I'm happy to be a sponsor for the inaugural Earth.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. There are just so many people that I'm excited to see. I know the Friday Night 3D Printing stream's going to have a table. Sean from IC3D Designs is doing his own table called The Hooch for veterans and whatnot, which is really cool. And we're talking about doing some collaboration with our super secret project with a couple people that are going to be there too. So there's also some big name.
Super secret.
super secret. But we've been doing a lot of prep work for that. But one of the things that I've been having fun with, and I was telling Heather this, is I probably don't have time to be doing this, but like it kind of helps me relax a little bit. As I started putting together a Derby car for the 3D printed Derby, you know, we were talking about Derby earlier, and one of the things I was surprised about for anybody that's thinking about doing this is actually I just kind of went with the default dimensions. Mm-hmm. They said like, oh, it's maximum this by maximum that, and
it's too heavy, right?
It's not too heavy.
Oh, it's not.
But there's very little room for like weighting and stuff. So this is my first iteration.
I just put by Felicia on the back.
And it's got a custom license plate right there. You didn't see that?
It says bye Felicia.
Bye Felicia. Because that thing's gonna be a speed demon once it's up there. But no, that was a lot of fun. That's something I just put together in my Tinkercad because that's the extent of my modeling chops. But Tinkercad's a perfect program for that kind of thing. It really is. It really is. And
why are these things sticking out?
Well, okay, so those are the official Boy Scout axles and wheels, and I didn't want to like hammer them all the way in.
Oh, okay.
So it was really more for illustration.
You're gonna reprint this, and
yeah, I'm gonna reprint it and stuff. But I just wanted to kind of get a feel for if the wheel wells were the right size.
This
and
print
stuff
looks
like that.
really bad too, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's because
hard.
Yeah. Those kind of comments make Joseph Prussia cry. I'll have you know. Yeah, because on draft mode, you know, cranking this thing out.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's rough, and I didn't do a very good job pulling the supports off and stuff. But again, it's just like kind of get something out and see and stuff like that. So you know, we'll see. Maybe I'm not showing all my cards. You know, maybe this is a total piece of subterfuge, make people think, oh, well, this is what Pooch is bringing. I'm good. I'll totally kick his butt, but no way. So anyway, we've been working on ERF stuff. Also, I told Matt from Friday 3D Printing Hangout I would announce that everybody that's been doing the community build for their logo, the whole thing has been printed and
all done, right?
They're done. They're ready to rock. So it sounds like he's still awaiting getting a couple of pieces. I finally got mine printed.
We got a couple that we're bringing with us.
The right direction. Yeah. Oh, we got a pink one here. Check it over here.
Don't hit the camera.
Ah! Oh man, that's sharp. Look at that. We got new stickers and stuff. I imagine this is some very important,
shiny,
important piece. Look, it's multiple colors of pink too. Heather,
I'm fancy.
You've outdone yourself. You fancy girl.
I know, right?
So it's going to be a pretty cool looking sign. Also along those veins, we got to say if you haven't seen the We the Rosies build, it was finally announced that it was assembled.
Oh, they finished that.
Yeah, and it looks pretty cool.
I didn't see that. I'll have to check that out.
Heather, was that today or was that today in Pooch time?
What?
But the We the Rosies build was announced as completed.
That was not today.
Yeah. It's today in Pooch time. Pooch got the news today when he's actually reading the news.
That was Pooch time.
But anyway, ERF, awesome. If you're on the fence, please go. We'll be there. A lot of big names are going to be there. And it's a good place to just see the purest makers at heart showing off the best community projects. So we're happy to be part of that.
Matt's saying for full contest details and giveaway details will be announced Friday at 10 p.m. on the F3D PCH, and that's going to be on Country 3D's
all right,
channel.
Country 3D is hosting this Friday. Join in. Awesome. So that's the news for this week.
We're gonna do some shout-outs, or
let's do a couple shout-outs, honorable mentions. First of all, we by no means if we didn't mention something you submitted that is not personal, we literally got I don't know what the final count was, but we had a lot of stuff coming in last minute and stuff too.
5 pages of links.
Yeah, we had a ton of links,
which is amazing.
There was a lot of good shout-outs. We want to just kind of pick a few that we can talk about. Actually, there was a couple things I want to throw out really quick on Want to Know More that were submitted to us. So apologies if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but Mazer Ross did a double-decker 3D printer that was shown off by the Portland 3D Exchange. I don't know if there's a tweet on that. I'm curious to know where, what the use case is, if it was just kind of a fun concept to show, because it was actually like a printer on top of a printer. I wanted to know if they used the same board, if they were independent boards. It looks like they were part of the same overall enclosure, but it was really cool.
I'll click that up.
If you want to bring it up and show. And there was something to do with some custom coloring. I thought I saw something to do, but I just really didn't have enough detail to go into it. But it looked like a cool build. So I wanted to give that a shout out. How about you go? BFG sharing Broken Nerd. The Dryden Voss. Oh,
no,
you haven't seen it.
See Solo,
you haven't seen it.
Shouldn't talk about
All right,
it.
I'm going to talk about it because he hasn't seen Solo.
Yeah.
Original BFG, the Brandon, shared the modeled daggers, Dryden Voss's daggers from Solo. If you haven't seen Solo, I recommend it. I think I've been enjoying those little side Star Trek.
Better than the main series.
Don't kill me. I know it's Star Wars. Yeah, better than the main, like Rogue One and Solo. I've enjoyed better than the latest of the main series.
Last Jedi.
Yeah, but it was well done. Broken Nerd, who, if you've been under a rock, if you haven't been seeing some of his models, he's got some serious skill. Did these, and I look forward to seeing them printed and finished because the dude backs his stuff up that he models, so I'm sure we have that to look forward to. Thanks, Brandon, for drawing that to us, our attention.
We put that on the Want to Know More because you wanted to see it once it's actually printed, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I want to see it.
Yes.
I want follow-up.
What was this mask? I didn't even see this. You guys
so
saw
this is Melissa Ing, and it's like this crazy mask, but it just got tagged today, and I didn't know if it's two different masks. Is it one that's 3D printed? One glows in the dark. I just need more information.
I think she's pulling a mask off and revealing a glow mask underneath, but obviously there's some lighting effect happening here.
Yeah, so we just need to know more about that. Cause
so cool.
Also, she says it's an oldie, so maybe this is actually from a while ago and it's being brought back. But the detail on these masks is incredible, so I would like to know more about these, Melissa.
Well, I'm actually just going to follow her because that looks...
I am too. She's doing some seriously cool cosplay stuff, and it looks like she's got some of this Infinity Gauntlet with all the rhinestones and exciting things that I don't know anything about because I haven't seen Infinity War.
Okay. Well, let's... quick shout out to Jimmy Shaw's contest. He's doing a 7K contest. I actually I didn't even see what he's giving away. But
Heather, what's Jimmy giving away on the 7K? And I think they're about to go live streaming right after us.
They're streaming tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're not doing anything, jump over onto Jimmy's stream and check that out for the giveaway.
I honestly, I don't know that I checked it. Holy moly.
Yeah, so we have the link for you. Definitely go, the contests are always cool.
Yeah, man. Good opportunity to get some stuff, some swag, right, Matt?
Yeah. Oh, G-Tech. So I think it must be a printer and then some filament.
Printers are always good.
Printers, filament, all good things. All good things. Other shout-outs. We had some good practical prints. You want to talk about any practical prints you saw? Practical printing. Our good friend Chris is in the house. I'm sure he loves seeing a good practical print from time to time.
So we had a Joel practical print. We'll go ahead and go.
Joel did a practical print.
He did.
Yeah, he got on and he actually
trying to figure out how to 3D model.
I don't know about figure out, man. He knows Fusion better than I do. He just hopped on there. He's like, cranked out that handle, no problem.
I forgot who I was talking to. We got this.
Yeah. Hey, I'm ready for the next step. Okay, iterating.
So, anyways, I love when people are making stuff like this. Practical prints are amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of the things, everybody asks, like, oh, what am I going to do with a 3D printer?
Yeah, exactly.
It's good to see every once in a while, like, something that's actually useful. So, Joel did some handles. We've seen a lot of different, drawer pulls and stuff like that's been 3D printed over the years. I think John from You Do It did a wall protector to keep his, because he opens his doors aggressively. He's an aggressive door opener. And he pokes holes in his drywall, so he needs to 3D print things to protect his drywall.
No, that's John.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought you were still talking about Joel.
No, I said John. I pivoted. These are shout-outs.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Something else you want to go check out is 3D Workbench. He's doing this awesome McDonald's thing. It was done from... Yes.
The commissioned McDonald's.
Yes, it was done from an original...
Yuri.
Let me actually pull up the original drawing so you can see.
Side note, while you're printing or while you're pulling that up, Matt says that the mask that she does, that Melissa does, is the mask goes over her face, which is painted with glow-in-the-dark face paint, and the light goes through the holes of the mask to charge the glow-in-the-dark paint in certain areas.
What?
Nice.
That's crazy talk. So
glow-in-the-dark face paint?
That's
you had me a glow-in-the-dark face paint. I want some of that.
Insane.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so this is McDonald's.
Yeah, so 3D Workbench, if you guys don't follow him, he's freaking amazing. He does all kinds of crazy stuff. He did an actual fully 3D printable Voltron. He's done crazy different props and stuff like that. He's an amazing dude. This was actually done by I don't even know who this is, Jake Parker, but he's obviously got a following because this has over 5,000 retweets and 19,000 likes.
That is a badass illustration.
But yeah, he's actually 3D Workbench is actually doing the print for this, and it just caught my eye, and I just thought it looked amazing. So
now is he saying, is this complete? Is he going to do the fry sword and scabbard as well? That was my favorite part. The whole
I'm sure he
scabbard of fries.
He doesn't actually paint.
Oh wait, there it is.
Yeah, he doesn't actually paint stuff. I don't think, but he usually does a lot of cool 3D models and
the details on
the details are crazy. He always prints stuff in like these gray colors.
Look at the cheese.
Yeah,
love the cheese. That's amazing.
Really cool.
Oh
very cool.
Gosh.
Shout out to you, Yuri, for putting that together.
BB3D says McDonald's fast food in disguise. McDonald's more than meets the fries.
Wow, man,
that's good.
That's his best pun work today. It was like a whole pun song lyric. Last thing I want to show out for tonight, Ben Levine did one of his, I don't know if this is one of his first streams.
No, it was one of his first 3D printing related videos.
Yeah, he did and he seems like he's pretty young. And it was on doing a swappable hot end for the Mark II and Mark III. So there'll be a link to that, I believe, in the body as well. That was a really cool video. I liked watching that.
Yeah, and we still have so many things that we didn't even get to chat about. So in the description of the video is links to everything we did talk about, as well as everything that we were not able to talk about this week. Yeah. There's probably still like 10 things that we didn't get to talk about.
Yeah, there was a couple of things that John from You Do It, he posted on Facebook, Community Ketchup, and we were having troubles with getting those links and stuff. Facebook's a little locked down. SpaceX, yes. I think I actually had that up.
Can you bring that up, because I really want... That was some of John's best.
And then real quick while you're doing it, because the wonderful Jason Pattern to Print said, don't skip my shout out. I stayed up past my bedtime to hear it. So he, if anyone's ever seen Jason Pruse's from Pattern to Print, he does these print-in-place baskets that lift up.
Oh yeah,
and he's done a bunch of different designs.
Where's the link? Bring him up. He stayed up for us.
Give me a second.
His most recent one was a TARDIS, and he used a couple of different colors of filament to do it, and it is just freaking cool. He has that one, he has a heart one, he has all these different ones, and it was all based off, which I did not know this today, history lesson, was all based off of a video that Chuck Hellebuck posted about a basket, a wooden basket that he purchased at like a flea market, showed a video of it, and Jason has since copied the design and like completely revolutionized it.
Okay, is there a link to that in here?
Cool.
Where's the link?
It is under the...
I know I saw it earlier. We got so many links.
We have so many things.
All right, I'll tell you what.
It's under the shoutouts. It's the first one.
Oh wait, here I found it.
Okay.
And I found the SpaceX, so we can go back to that.
Ooh, Yoda.
All right, so nice. I've seen him these actually in person. We saw him at Murph and stuff. Some of the
oh my gosh, they're just so freaking cool. And I want to print
one
so bad.
Very cool.
Yeah, these are freaking amazing.
I remember seeing Chuck talk about, and then I'm surprised we
wait, what is this? Is he doing a Yoda one?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah,
okay, so there's the video. There's Chuck's video.
Yeah.
That he originally posted.
That's incredible.
Oh, so freaking cool.
Worth staying up for, I hope, bud. Good shout out right there.
So freaking cool.
Nice work.
Yes,
I need a pink one.
I'm sure you will have a pink one at some point.
If you guys aren't following Jason, then you guys are missing out, because he does some awesome stuff.
Insane.
Yeah, agreed.
Insane. Okay, show your rocket.
Show the rocket. So, huge SpaceX nerd, huge Elon Musk fan here.
Did you buy a flamethrower?
I couldn't get out. He only did 1,000 of them or something, didn't he? I couldn't get it fast enough. I was sad. But okay, so check this out. So the Falcon Heavy launch, where he launched Starman a couple months back. This is an homage.
I didn't copy the link over. So.
All right, what is it? Can people see it?
Yep.
Okay, we gotta see this
maximize
link.
it.
Maxi. But okay, I don't know if you can hear this, but it's got audio.
Come on.
Oh man, I love that so much. Oh, it's deliciousness. Look at that. So it's got like that semi-transparent,
that's crazy,
probably a PETG, vapor cloud, the full-on rocket model. Did you get a sense of the scale of that? I mean, it seemed like a good size.
I mean, you can see like some little candle holders over here.
And then his electronics for the lighting are all custom on that. So I know that the model is on Thingiverse. I don't know if he shared his deets on the electronics package to light it up, but really cool make. Would be remiss for not actually sharing that.
Yeah,
so
I can put I'll put
thanks to John that you do it for sharing that with us.
I'll do the Thingiverse link because we don't have that in our thing yet, so I'll grab that.
Cool. All right. So Heather,
yes.
Housekeeping next stream. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So
after we get back from Earth.
After Earth. So do you want to do Tuesday or Wednesday?
I think I've got it down.
Wednesday.
Okay. I can probably swing that if given this amount of notice, so that's fine.
So that will be the 27th.
Yep, 27th. And we look forward to chatting with you guys again then. So please, as a reminder, submit to the Community Ketchup tag if you have something you've been working on that you're proud of, or you see something out there that's awesome that you want us to talk about.
This is our best week yet. I love this week. There's so many cool things that we saw.
This was our first week where we actually started to lose. We did not have enough time to cover all the awesome. So we'll also go back through our list and see, make sure that we try to give props to anything that we might have missed this week. We look forward to seeing what you guys send us next week.
Exactly.
The Pyro challenge for the week was take pictures of your shelving,
your shelves, your desks,
your desks, your drawers,
all your cool
kids'
made stuff,
rooms, wherever all your 3D printed made stuff is, and then we'll try to slap together a little something pre-roll for next time's stream. So
just tag that with Community Ketchup too.
Yeah.
And we'll see it.
Let's do our drawing really quick because obviously Alien 3D has been gracious enough and amazing enough to contribute a free UFO to our winner this week.
Right. So you're going to get 1 month, the first month of the UFO from Alien 3D that will ship directly to you, and then we will also, of course, ship you your very own handheld Community Ketchup bottle. Vanna, could you show them?
Vanna, show them what they'll win.
Very nice, very nice.
Heather, can you really quick tell people what a UFO is if you're not familiar with what that is?
I think it's unidentified filament object, right? Am I being a terrible person now?
Well, but the details of specifically
of
what it is.
Yeah. So the UFO includes...
What are you doing over here?
Back of my chair.
Somebody 3D print Travis a new seat back.
This chair is freaking.
Or model something cool. Looks like a dragon that's like trying to eat it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. UFO.
UFO.
Sorry, John.
Back on track. So the UFO is a sample of filaments, various filaments. And then I think he's 3 to 4 filaments, about 20 meters each. However, for our Community Ketchup tagged entrance, you'll actually get 40 meters this go around.
So you're getting double.
You get double the amount. And then you also get...
That's a lot of meters.
You also get a 3D printing related accessory, whether that's a tool or something to go along with a project. And then the last thing is a project. Now, I think what Alien 3D let me know was some of the projects may be cumulative, so you'll collect items over the course of a few boxes to create the project, and some of them will be individual. So I'm guessing the first one will be an individual one, and then going forward there might be some cumulative ones.
Cool.
But it's a really cool new box that's just coming out on the market, and so we were very gracious for Josh from Alien 3D for sponsoring.
Yes,
so we had 20 entrants this week.
20 entrants.
20 entrants for using the hashtag Community Ketchup on their amazing maker events, and we're going to do a drawing. Ready? Drum roll, please. Our winner is Dan. Danska6.
Danska6.
Good
Dan
job.
is a big friend of the Ketchup. He's been with us since the get-go, way back when, so like 6 weeks ago.
Dan sent me my old school Assassin's Creed hat before this one.
He did.
Yeah, what happened to that one?
Hey, I still wear it at work all the time.
Yes.
Okay,
It was
that's
your
your-
very first one.
That's your work
Yeah,
one?
I had one before
This
that.
is-
Yeah.
Is this your formal Assassin's Creed
That's
hat?
his
You have your
formal,
work
yes.
Assassin's Creed hat? Okay, very good. Anyway, good job, Danska.
So
Way to...
Yeah, Dan submitted his community catch-up. He did a couple, I think, this week, actually. And so...
He did.
Yeah, make sure you tag community catch-up to be entered into next
2 weeks.
episode's stream.
Post-Earth follow-up stream.
Follow-up, and that will be powered by... Are we announcing?
Yeah.
IC3D.
IC3D has been great stuff. So they'll be sponsoring 2 weeks post-Earth. We're excited to have them on as a sponsor too. So yes, be cool like Danska. Tag your stuff. Be on here.
Tag it.
Tag it.
I think that's it. Any parting thoughts for tonight?
No.
You think this is working well?
This is awesome. I love it.
You're happy with the ketchup? Because
having
I was
fun.
thinking about doing a spin-off and doing the syrup.
The syrup?
No!
The syrup? No?
You're following
If you weren't following along earlier, Heather made a fantastic brinner for us of pancakes and bacon and eggs. And if you missed out, let me know, and I'll mail you a pancake in the mail, just like I did
That's a
Josh.
bad idea. Do not do that.
Bad idea for who? Me? Like, it's gone.
We're
It's
gonna
not my
cut-
problem anymore once I get rid of the
We're
pancake.
just going to cover the community ketchup little sign in syrup and send it to you.
Oh, the syrup.
It'll be
Yeah.
all sticky.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Gross.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. I hope everybody has a good night, and we look forward to
Awesome.
seeing you guys soon.
Woo!
Pooch.
Stay saucy.
Signing off.
Stay lit.
Is that your thing? Stay saucy?
Stay lit. You haven't come up with a catchphrase.
We need a ketchup phrase.
We need a ketchup.
Oh, a
phrase.
ketchup phrase.
Yeah.
Not all.
Stopping the stream.